Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to talk about website citations. Are they still a ranking factor? Watch this. This video is dedicated to my friend Darren Marion from Retell SEO. I love you, brother. All right, guys, I hope everybody's doing great. And in this video, we're going to talk about citations. Now, let's take it back to somewhere around 2011, 2012, when I just got into SEO, local SEO. Prior to that, I was really heavy into website development. But in 2011, I closed my physical location where I had a lot of traffic passing, and I now had to have a Google, I now had to be found on Google, and I really knew nothing about it. I started watching a video by this fellow. His name was Paul James. If you get a chance, take a look at his videos. Paul James SEO, and he sent out a course. He sent out an email regarding that he was making a course about local SEO, and it hit me right at the right time, and it was fairly cheap. I think it was $100 or something. So I purchased it, and one of the things that he said was to check all the local directories to make sure that your citations are correct. And I really didn't know what that meant. So after watching the video series, I understood that there are directories like Yelp and Manta and Thumbtack and Angie's List. Those are directories. And your address needs to be consistent in all those directories. Those are known as citations. For each time that you have your website and your address in these directories, it counts as a citation, right? So it doesn't only have to be in directories. Your address could be on other websites. It can be on YouTube videos. But just for the sake of this conversation, we're going to talk about directories and where you need to have your website. So I'm going to make it real clear. It's going to be very, very easy to understand. And I'm going to show you a couple of tricks that I use for my agency. And they're fairly easy to use. I'm going to show you what you could do. Hey, guys, I hope you enjoy this type of information. If you do, can you please give me a like and a subscribe? It helps the channel grow. Thank you. So are citations still important? The answer is yes. Your website citations, the listings inside the directories need to mirror your Google business profile and your website. Meaning that if your address is Mindsaw, 1010 Main Street, Staten Island, New York, 10314, it needs to say it in your Google business profile, and it needs to say it in the directories, Yelp, Angie's List, Thumbtack, so on and so forth, the ones that we spoke about. So one of the ways that Google checks the name of your Google business profile is by checking the directories, meaning that this company right here, Awesome Home Improvement LLC, kitchen cabinets, countertops, designs, and sales at low cost. This is not their domain name, meaning that if you did a search on Yelp and Angie's List, that would not come up. It would probably just be Awesome Home Improvements, or it would be something like that. It wouldn't have all this, all these other keywords stuffed into it. So what happens is when Google does a review, they take a look and they'll click this, they'll click your website if you have one, then they'll check all your directories. So one of the things that happens is that people try to make changes to their Google business profile, and the next day it goes back to their original name. For example, Mindsaw, Staten Island website design. I wake up the next day and it's just Mindsaw. And people think that it's your competition messing with you. It's not. It's Google not allowing the name change, because what they do is they spider out to all the directories, and they see in the directories your name is just Mindsaw. It's not Mindsaw Staten Island website design. So that's one reason that directories and citations are so important. The second reason why they're very important is if Google needs to do a manual review to see if you're a real business. There are websites called lead generation websites. So, for example, if I have a tow truck company, I may set up a website that is for a tow truck company, and then I'll sell the leads to one of the local tow truck companies here in the area. That's called lead generation, and Google doesn't like that. So Google's always looking to suspend those names. And what happens with a lot of lead gens is that they don't have citations. That it's not enough. There's no footprint on the web regarding their name, or not enough. So what Google will do is they'll do actually a manual review, and I'll show you how they do that in the next slide. So one of the ways that Google does a manual review is just by Googling your name. So if you take a look at my name, my business name is called Mindsaw. Sometimes people call me Mindsaw when they text me. They're like, hey, what's up, Mindsaw? And that's all right. So if you just take a look, it's Mindsaw, right? And here's my website. Now you see my YouTube channel, my Facebook page, my LinkedIn, Yelp, Crunchbase, Instagram, right? The org, Foursquare. See that? So those are all my citations. Those are all places that have my my name, address, and phone number. Now let me show you something. Something that happened with me is you could see these two listings right here. This is a company not a company. This is a heavy metal band in Staten Island that decided to use the name Mindsaw for their band. I don't care. That's fine. But the problem is that they did so much marketing online prior to me learning about local SEO, is that they ruined all my rankings. It's been really, really hard they confused Google. See, they're mindsawrecordings.com. So it really took a lot of effort to get them pushed down and to let Google know that it's something different. Because when I first started learning about local SEO, when I put in Mindsaw, it was all Mindsaw recordings. You'll be surprised. We have a customer called something like A1 Plumbing. You have any idea how many A1 plumbings there are in the United States? So you have to really differentiate yourself by posting on social media and by getting in the and getting in the directories and local directories as well. So how many directories should you be in? I would say at least 100. At least get in at least 100 directories. So in the next slide, I'm going to show you a couple of citation building services that I use, and you may want to use them as well. I don't get a commission or a kickback by that. I'm just showing you some of the good ones. So the first company I started to use was a company called WhiteSpark, and it's called whitespark.ca. And you were able to just give whitespark.ca your name, address, and phone number, as well as your website address, a short paragraph about your business, a couple of pictures, and they would distribute that information to hundreds of directories, depending on the package that you picked. It was pretty basic at the time, but it was very easy to work with them. Then after a while, I got turned on to a company called Bright Local, and I'll put all three citation building services in the description below, so you don't have to write this down. You'll just be able to click it. And the reason why I liked Bright Local is because Bright Local, you were able to see the citations that your competition had, and you could get the citations. You could put in a request for Bright Local to get all the same citations that your competition who is ranking has. So that was a great thing. And they have all these really neat charts and graphs and stuff like that, and really very in depth. And they also have something here about your reputation And they just added this other thing, a GBP post scheduler, meaning that when you go to Google Business Profile, you could schedule your posts out for, for the month. You don't have to do them every day. So you could do 3 or 4 a week. You take one Sunday, or you have a VA, a virtual assistant, make a bunch of Google Business Profile posts, and you just schedule them out for the month. So I like Bright Local. I use them. I still use them. I think they're a really good company. However, now there's this company that I've been turned on to by SEO Builder, and I'm starting to like this company as well, because one of the things they do, and I'm sure White Spark and I know Bright Local does this as well, is they'll get all your citations that are wrong. So for example, if you moved addresses, or you accidentally put in your wrong address in one of the directories, they'll go and they'll do a manual citation, audit, and cleanup service, and they'll change all your directory, all your name, address, and phone number in the directories to your correct address. So if your address is 1010 Main Street, they'll make sure in all the directories that's your address. So that's something that you definitely want to do. Now, I want to show you something. That's really important here. So if you're trying to rank, like I live in Tampa, so I would just put in Tampa directories. Right? And there's a whole bunch of directories just here in Tampa. Remember something, Google wants to know, if you're trying to rank in the Google 3-pack, Google wants to know where you're from and what you do. So you want to try to get in all these, see, Tampa, Florida business directory. You want to try to get in all these directories. And it's just simple. Put the name of your town, Scottsdale, Arizona, directories, Staten Island directories, and try to get in all these directories. This is very, very, very valuable. Now, the next thing you want to do is, for example, I'm going to use this example, plumber. You want to get in all the directories for your industry. So you want to get in directories that are associated with your city, and then with the business that you have. So just type in plumber directories, and you get in all these, or whatever business. If you're a lawyer, electrician, whatever your business is, you're a cabinet store, right? A doctor. Just put in the name of your business, the type of business that you have in directories. And this is something that a VA could do, right? And get in all these niche directories. See that? You never knew that there was so many plumbing directories, and most of them are free. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this video on citations. I hope some of the questions that you had were answered in this video, and I enjoy doing this for you. I do this because this helps put food on our tables, this business. But what's really important is that you're good to your family. You always kiss your wife, you kiss your kids, clean up around the house. Look, sometimes we sit in front of the computer for, many hours trying to figure these things out, watching these videos, and we ignore our family, right? So the most important thing is that we take care of our family, and, we show them that we appreciate them. Guys, if there's anything that I could do, you see my cell number here. Feel free at any time, just shoot me a text. Have a great day. Bye.